All right, everybody, we are live again. Donnie Samir search for Uhuru. Back to back today. Had the two sisters, Shantae and Rose, on earlier today. Now I'm with my big brother, Fitzgerald Stephens. And today's topic, this afternoon's topic, is waiting for reparations versus doing for self. Let me preface this, because I know people are gonna come in and say, Dynasty's coming with that bootstrap yourself talk. But let me say this: is there a debt owed to descendants of African slaves here in America from the U.S. government? Absolutely. I completely agree. But I think some of the issues or problems are where I disagree. Is I'm hearing this talk of, we can't do nothing. It's like this. We're helpless. We're not motivated. We can't be proactive till we get our reparations. And I completely disagree with that. And there are a lot of people who, for some reason, are pushing this narrative of, we can't do for self, or we want to do for self. If you don't have $1 million, you're SOL. And I completely disagree with that. So, I mean, you could do something as small. No, here we do carrot bars. I mean, but hey, if you want to get your insurance license, go get your insurance license. Go get your IT certificates. I mean, there are so many opportunities out there where you can actually do for self, provide for your family. But still, reparations are still owed. So I just wanted to preface that and put that out there and give this disclaimer, because I know a lot of people are gonna, be triggered or upset that I'm using this, pick yourself up by the bootstraps talk, which is not true. Are reparations owed? Absolutely. But at the same time, you still have to be proactive. And I think, some of the language that I'm hearing is let's wait for reparations uh, and not be proactive until we get a check. Because the thing you got to understand is the world is not going to stop. Okay. Or the world does not feel sorry for people like me and Fitz and people who are watching this show in the chat room. Basically, African Americans. Okay, descendants of enslaved Africans. The world does not care about our plight. So I just wanted to share that with you. But Fitzgerald, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me on, Dynas. And I have one question. This was a rehearsal. I'm just gonna just ask this to you.
Go ahead.
Why are you deciding to do the second stream for the week? Really, we just come on Tuesday, but why did you feel the need to add a second broadcast? Like you said you actually want to do two times a week, what you're doing right now. So what is about this vehicle of carrot bars that you felt that was necessary to do?
Well, I mean, we're getting a lot of people who are inquiring on the opportunity. A lot of people have questions. Obviously we want to grow. We want to grow our business as well. We want to present the opportunity to more people. And also, too, we want to set the record straight on, I would say, some misinformation. There we go. That's being put out there. And I know people mean well. Some people aren't sincere. Some people are sincere. I know some people have some, I would say, sincere questions, legitimate questions in regards to carrot bars. But a lot of times the questions that are being asked, I think they're coming out of a position of not being sincere. If you say, hey, Don, this carrot bars is a scam, and then you send me to some anonymous website put up by an anonymous person, and you try to leverage that to prove your claim, I mean, come on. If you can't present a government or state agency that regulates, I guess, what we will be considered our commerce, then again, you're dealing with a lot of individuals who might be upset or disgruntled. Like, for example, I work in corporate America. I work for a company called Cintas. Was Cintas perfect? Absolutely not. Was Cintas a scam? No. But you'll get these a lot of disgruntled people who put up these websites and Centos is a scam, Centos is this. Now, was Centos perfect? Absolutely not. Did I have issues at Centos? Absolutely. The last couple of years, was I happy? No. But at the same time, that doesn't mean Centos is a scam or they're operating illegally. No, it's an up and up business. So we need to separate facts from people who are just disgruntled. Is there anything you want to add to that, Fitzgerald?
Well, yes, but no, the best thing. I mean, how long have you been involved with? How long have you and I been doing business together with Care Bars?
You brought the opportunity up to me maybe what 3-4 years ago.
No, it was 4 years ago. I mean, you tell me about your experience. Your job is as a researcher, is to find facts. I know you're on that, not trying to put words in your mouth, but I mean, are you? I mean, I know for a fact you didn't come on with me. Really, though you did come in, but you really didn't get going to about like a little under, just
About
really
a month ago.
Yeah, but I mean, so I mean, you're in it, and your job is to vet things, and you certainly did do it because across our friendship. I mean, hopefully, there's people out there that don't think I was manipulating, although I have got some feedback from that, as if I'm going to just take advantage of my relationship. I mean,
no. Well, let me stop you right there for sure, guys. This was my idea. Like what we're doing right now was my idea. I said, Fitz, we have this great opportunity. I think the crypto is a great opportunity. The crypto portion of Care Bars that's being offered. And I said, you know what? And also too, I'm always getting questions on Dynasty. I want to travel. I want to move to Africa. I want to do this. I want to relocate. But how can I bring in income? Me personally, unless you just have money saved up, stashed in the bank, I think opportunities like Care Bars are the best way. Number one, I mean, you don't have to. I mean, the first thing, number one, you don't have a boss. All right, you don't have to check into the office. You don't have to go check in into. You don't have Monday morning meetings at 7:30 that are mandatory. You don't have Wednesday morning meetings that are mandatory. I mean, you're working for yourself. Then with that, you're developing a team. Now, I've told this story before. I was the #1 sales rep for my company for Centos back in fiscal year 2015 or 2014. Fiscal year 2014, I was the #1 sales rep in the whole entire company. Ask me how much of residuals, or did I earn any type of residual income off of any of the accounts that I sold when I was the #1 rep. Ask me how much I earned.
How much did you earn?
Residuals.
How much did you earn?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I had to go out there and hunt every day.
Are some of the accounts still with Centos?
Absolutely. In fact, the largest account that I signed up, if you guys live in Los Angeles, California, if you're familiar with a company called Coffee Bean, which is the rival to Starbucks, they're probably pushing over 200 locations now. I signed up that account. You only get paid out once on it. That Coffee Bean is still doing business with Centos to this day. I don't earn one check. So the amount of energy I put into building Centos and those companies that are still on the books generating revenue for Centos, and the Centos, the stock is growing, they're earning more money every year. I don't get none of that. When I was with the company, I didn't get any of that. I had to go out and hunt every day. Every new week, I had to turn in a number. With a company like this, you build your team, you earn residual income. Again, it's all about residuals, royalties, and there's another one.
Dividends.
And dividends. That's what it's about, those three. Residuals, there's a slight echo. Residuals, royalties, and dividends. Now I was getting some money with my 401k, but the amount they take out of your fees, the fees they take out of your 401k, at the end of the day, there has to be other avenues for saving your money, but that's retirement money.
Okay.
But I'm
Okay.
like, I'm saying to myself, if I were to put this amount of energy into a vehicle that would earn me or give me the opportunity to earn residuals, royalties, dividends, the amount of energy I put into Centos and the accounts I sold, I would literally be retired right now. Well, I wouldn't retire, but if you catch my drift.
Well, it begs the difference. Are you getting residual incomes from this carrot bar opportunity, or what?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm not going to insult you by saying how much. That's
No,
not
please.
that's none of my business. But I mean, with with your 3.5 years in there, you don't had a chance to see like that. Is anything scam wise with you? Anything like on
No,
red flags with you?
no, absolutely not.
Would you like to provide examples to back that up?
I order my gold, I receive it.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
that's one. I mean, the company pays me.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's the main thing. Like I
Mhm.
order a product. Here we go. I order a product or service and I receive it.
Okay.
How
But
can I be?
you were specifically talking about residuals and out of respect for the audience. Hey, I'm not trying to put the man's out there. I'm definitely not coaching, and believe me, this guy is truly his own man. I mean, no doubt about it. I'm more like I'm a friend slash elder brother type guy with him, and I have 11 years of friendship in him. So we've never had a cross word. We never we have plenty of disagreement, but there was always respectful disagreements. But
Right.
that's what I'm finding. I to give you a little bit about it. This man got in because I had that friendship with him. A lot of people will do business with you regardless of what you do, simply because of your friendship. But leading him around by the nose, putting words in his mouth, man, he would not allow that, and I wouldn't try that. But I promised a critic, and who came on, was basically not really attacking the carrot bars thing. He was attacking, my character, put stuff out there that, just simply wasn't true. I'm not going to say I respect the man's opinion because he didn't do it properly, but I do respect this part. Let me address the scam issues because, yeah, that's a point. I mean, I like to say this to everyone. I thought I did. I thought when I said that Carrot Bars operates in 144 countries, meaning 144 countries, it's still growing, doesn't think this is scams. Surely one of them would have brought that up. Let me say this: MasterCard doesn't think we're a scam. They're the one that pays us out with our residuals by way of their product, MasterCard, which sole purpose is to vet companies to see if they are legitimate. And we've been doing business with them since 2011. Number three, the product arrives, generally what you get, what you pay for, and it's growing in value. Number four, there's something like over 600,000 people, in those 144 countries that are doing business with us, some long term. Sure, there may be some disgruntled. That's going to be that's going to be in everything. I mean, I've gotten a bad haircut before. That certainly didn't stop me from seeking out getting other haircuts. I'm not meaning to make lightly. I mean, since I received this, I promised that man I was going to address this, and I'm going to seek. I thought I did. I really thought I was, but evidently I wasn't communicating this in the right way. And you have to be able to answer you want to be able to answer your people who have legitimate questions, even your critics, in a respectful manner. And so I've been involved 4.5 years. It's what allows me to sit at home and talk to you guys. I do it well. It's enough where I don't have to go on nobody's job to work. I've seen significant increase in my personal wealth that just keep going. I mean, I tapped into that one vein of the residuals, and I can go ahead and parlay those earnings into other instruments of wealth. I never said that Carrot Bars was a means to cure all by far. I did say that it's not going to be for everyone. I looked at the videos, as far as with different scam videos. Yeah, I do. But there's also a video on there by Mr. Mark Pryors, said Carrot Bar scam, ask the RS, part 1 and 2. I'm quite sure that video was studied. That would definitely put a lot to rest with some of the things. I'm not some of the questions that are legitimate questions out there, but once again, I'll repeat, we do business in 144 countries, including the United States, pretty much all over Africa, and Europe, Asia. Surely one of those governments with their checks and balances, somebody would have said something, just dropped us. We haven't been dropped to that. Actually, we have other countries waiting for us to do, waiting for us to come aboard with them. I mean, it may not be for you. I was just looking for some way where I could generate dollars without putting time in to do it. I want to eventually, let me back up. I want to eventually get myself to a point. I don't mind working. That's not the issue. Working, that's honorable, but I didn't want to keep working all the time. Like, just constantly have to go out there and hunt and do, and bring something in to keep maintaining my life. Like Dynas, I spent majority of my career in outside sales too. I know what that means. And a lot of my revenues, a lot of the accounts that I got to stay with the company too, rightfully so. Okay, they own it. Who am I to tell them what they need to do and how they need to split up, as far as, their profits. I also know this, when I did leave, I don't get any residuals far as from that. I don't get any thank you far as from that. I mean, all that revenue stayed with them. I not only did it with outside sales, I did it with insurance sales. A lot of policies I sold are still on the books for combined insurance. I don't get anything far as for that. So what I'm just simply trying to say, okay, if with the countries, they're the ones we on there, they don't think we are. We haven't been deemed to that. The country that Dynas and I are part of, at least one of his countries, United States. The attorney generals of the states, each state, are very, very, very strong. That they look out for stuff like this. I mean, they're very, very protective of their particular state. It's not really a country. It's not really a country approval within the United States. It's an individual state. I think the officer in charge of that, Dynas, will correct me if I'm wrong, be to be Attorney General.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and some of the toughest ones are New York, California. I know that's in New York. They're real big. If anything they see in it, they'll send you a cease and desist letter quick. 600,000 affiliates, as far as doing what they do. Are all of us making money? Absolutely not. Are some making money? Yeah. Are a few making a lot of money? Yeah. But that's dependent upon your efforts, and that's dependent on what you want to do. I guess what the goal when I come on here, yes, we want to get this out there and this opportunity. I mean, but since they broadcasted with Dynas, I've been doing this over a month. I mean, darn near over well over 100 something people Dynas have gotten in your organization and work with me. They don't think it's a scam. They're sitting around that they're profiting for it. Listen, all I want to do on this, my goal is truly try to help people. Someone said, maybe I'm like some financial guru. That's a funny type thing. I never professed to be a financial guru. A lot of times when I talk to you guys, I talk on my life experiences and how it relates to the economy and what's going on. But I do also say, I will talk about the gold accumulations of various countries. People understand that, they need to acquire that. And I understand that we also need to acquire that in our own household to basically at least hedge something. Now, if you want to start an eBay channel, if you want to do a business Facebook page, if you want to create a mutual fund, that's great. But whatever you do, I really would like it to have a couple of variables. It has to be residual. It has to be residual as far as that money coming in. What happens when you can't work? Number two, it has to be location friendly. I mean, I've gotten a lot of interest from this audience telling me a whole lot of people, Dinaz, really want to locate to Africa, spend considerably time more at Africa, and you're talking to one myself. But I want to do the same thing. So I don't know a lot about various countries and how they work and everything, but I do know I want to be able to make sure that I'm income sufficient when I do decide to go over there, because I don't know what I'm getting into. I mean, far as with that, number three, it has to be something real simple. I mean, the product is money, the product is gold. Can you get gold somewhere else cheaper? Well, yeah. I mean, but Karat Bars is the only system I know that actually gives you out free gold. That when you start qualifying for that, it's just been a vehicle for me, guys. That's all I've been using it for. I plan on rolling that into real estate and other income producing streams. I'm just trying to create revenue that does allow me that doesn't mean I have to spend my time with it, and also allows me to build my own financial platform for me and my family that I can feel somewhat secure, if I could use that word. I know certainly I can never use it at a job. And so it comes a time, that things have to change. I'm getting stories from people like say, hey, I just, it's interesting to me. I want other streams of income, or I want to be able to shift off my job so I can go to an Africa, so I can do something. So a residual income is important to me. And I'm getting that from business owners. I'm getting that from professional people. I'm getting that from, just so-called average people like myself, because they understand, their time is limited. They can't keep trading hours for dollars, and expect to be on a firm foundation. I mean, I could just look around at the economy right now and seeing what it's doing, and seeing what's happening as far as like that, and yeah, that concerns me. It concerns me about the state of affairs of your audience. It concerns me about the state of affairs of mine. Listen, I'm not trying to coach anyone. Everyone who came a part of this organization is a volunteer program, and so that's on you. If it doesn't work for you, if it's not your cup of tea, excellent, man. If you got something that you want to do, hey, you probably won't find a bigger cheerleader in your kind of corner to be, because I want you to be successful the way you want to be. I just found that this has been the vehicle to actually, work for me.
Guys, can we get can you please hit that like button as you come to the chat room again? The discussion is waiting for reparations versus doing for self. Please hit that like button. We're talking about Karat Bars. We're talking about doing for self. We're talking about opportunities. Now, Fitzgerald, as far as, do you need to, I guess, now this is somewhat of a mini franchise, but you need to invest $100,000 up front, like if you want to open KFC, or $1 million if you're trying to open up a McDonald's?
No, sir, absolutely not. You can actually join Karat Bars for free and make money. It probably take you longer than a man like myself and Dinaz, because we the way we're positioned and the way we position ourselves. But yeah, you can, you be 18 years or older, be a live, breathing person. Karat Bars doesn't care about your background, doesn't care about your race, doesn't care about,
hold on, let me stop you right there. Doesn't care about your background. So
no, we've had a lot of.
So if you have and I'm not trying to encourage, people who are unethical to join, but if you've previously had a felony.
No, I mean, we have a lot of people who came out the criminal injustice system, because because one thing about that, unfortunately, some of those mistakes, some of those choices was made when they actually was very young. I mean, I'm not the same person now at my age now than I was 20 years ago, and right. So I did some knuckleheaded things too, but here's the difference. I really didn't get caught. Nobody knew my stuff, and I'm not trying to imply that I was doing anything illegal. That wasn't my cup of tea. I feared jail too much. It feared taking my freedom away. So, but yeah, there are a lot of people who have got caught up in it. For example, guys and gals who got caught up on this marijuana deal. Think about that. You go,
Fitzgerald. I think we lost the brother. Everyone, let's wait for Fitzgerald to hop back on. But thank you so much for joining. Make sure you hit that like button as you come into the chat room. Looking forward to heading back home to Nigeria. I leave August 6th. I'll be in Lagos August 7th. The tour will commence August 12th to the 19th is when it ends. And then I'll be in Nigeria for extra like 3 days after that. So I'll leave on the 22nd. So I'm absolutely looking forward. Yeah, Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
so unfortunately, society has a little thing called judging you by your past, judging you by your past. You know, and so we have quite a few people, you know, from all over the world in this, because this doesn't judge you by your past. It's basically set up for, you know, the rise as far as your ambitions and your training and your training and your want to will take you. You know, no one makes you do anything. You know, 18 years older, you know, you're free to join. You don't have to do nothing, you know, as far as what, you know, that you don't want to, should I say. So, you know, are some of us really profiting that? Absolutely. You know, I mean, I've been involved in 4.5 years, and I just recently reached trajectory, you know, where I'm able to do this on full time. But I built everything organically and everything, one step at a time. Nothing's going to happen overnight. But no, but all it is, guys, is just an opportunity. You got something out there, you know, that works well for you. Hey, go for it. But, you know, this is what I found to be the best vehicle thus far that I ran into. And when I approached Dynas, when he was talking about he clearly can see now, because it is doing that thing with him, giving him that residual. And even though it doesn't interfere with the what he's doing currently now, you know, it just helps enhance it, because, you know, he's getting income that, you know, he don't really got to spend extra time to get. And so isn't that the holy grail for everyone? You create a stream like that. Warren Buffett had said that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work till until you die. You know, and I come to believe that is true.
Absolutely. Everyone, what we're going to do here shortly, we're going to open up the phone line. So if you want to call in, or I'm going to put my email in the chat room. Send me an email if you want to call in, and you can talk to us directly. But I think that's a major point. Like, hey, if you have a record, I mean, here's an opportunity with low startup costs that you could, you know, get involved in. You know, I didn't think about it like that until you kind of brought it up.
You don't beat free. I mean, you don't beat free to the idea to build a global business, literally that you control and you profit from on your own efforts. Unlike the past employers that Dynas worked for, no one can take it from you. They can't change your commission structure. That's a huge one. They love to do it.
Oh yeah, let me piggyback on that, Fitzgerald. So also too, working in sales, working for corporate America, every year they change your commission structure. You know, every year they pretty much move the goalposts. Now, Fitzgerald, since you've been with Karatbars for 4 years, has that happened to you?
No, actually, my wealth has gone up. You know, but with the gold-backed cryptocurrency I have acquired, and and with the gold I have acquired, you know, I've yet to spend one dime, but it's worth way more than what I originally purchased it for. And the euros, uploaded on my MasterCard. God, someone caught me sleeping and back in I just had to do something that I really didn't want to do, but I had to do. I had to get a new vehicle. Unfortunately, I got a silly interest rate on that thing, so I have a SUV payment of something like $500+. Well, this past Friday, I just paid it with my euros off my Karatbars. So I don't worry about scrambling like how I'm gonna get a raise or raise the money. I just simply go out there and go ahead and hustle and get it up, and I still have funds left over, and that's isn't that really what you want? And I didn't have to go out there and plead with anyone and say, give me a raise or borrow from anyone. I just created it, by my worth ethic and my hustle.
Now, for sure, have you ever been demoted
in Karatbars?
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't work for me.
Hey, I'm asking the question.
That's a dang good question. I mean, I had to think about that. No, because why don't I? What I got demoted? I'm my own boss.
Right.
You know, I mean, I built my franchise. I built my franchise in this to the tune of almost 4,000 business partners. And, you know, they're not going to fire me. Oh, by the way, Dynas doesn't work for me. He works for the House of Amir. You know, no one who's in my out of all the 121 people who personally came involved with me, they don't work for me. They work for their families. You know, who cares about my family? They're trying to build economic freedom for their house, and that's what they're doing.
Have you dealt with any politics in regards to getting?
No. That's one of the reasons why I probably didn't rise much in corporate America, even though I had the education, I had the drive, and no, I have the education, I have the drive, I have the experience. Unfortunately for me, I don't play office politics very well. You know, I mean, right is right. I don't consider myself a clicking person. You know, I'm that guy. I like to go in, okay, tell me the rules and let me go ahead and do my job. I mean, if I get beat out by someone because they're better skilled at it than me, great, but just to be leapfrogged over because you know, you happen to know someone and I don't, you have the hookup or the connect and I don't, or you know, you don't like my race, you don't like my political affiliation, which is neither party in this country. You know, I'm not politically affiliated with either Republicans or Democrat. You know, I'm concerned about taking care of the household myself, but you know, I've had those little nuances. I mean, they're in Dynas. In the work world, there's two things that they don't teach you in the college. They don't teach you this in college, and it's a hard reality for you if you haven't been taught at home or taught by some mentor and stuff. Yeah, you can get the education and you can get the qualification, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee you success in your endeavor. You also have to have the people skills and maneuvering skills to go ahead and unite with the right people who like you and who have a chance to promote you. I mean, I used to say to young adults, two coming to mind, I'm saying right now, I'm thinking of right now, I used to say, you know, your boss, knowing your boss is just as important as knowing your job. You got to know when to come to them. You got to know what their quirks are, you know, because they control your career. They decided, you know, to veto that promotion on you. Guess what? That happened. I mean, I was at a company, and one of my former companies I worked for, and my old boss happens to literally be the best sales rep in the entire country, bar none. He is just that good with software sales. He's an ex-Special Forces, United States Navy. He holds a doctorate degree. You know, he could have went in teaching school, but you know, they passed him over for promotion, so he decided to do sales. And there's no way that man should not be a VP or at least a director. But he's not like that. He's liked, but he's one of those guys just to go ahead and just, you know, put his nose tied to the ground, but he get passed over. And there's no reason, because you know what? He doesn't have control over his career. And he's been with that company 16 years, you know? So the opportunity is just not given there, even though he's clearly earned them.
Fitzgerald, have you ever had any concerns, or have you ever woke up late at night and you're like, oh man, I heard they're letting people go at Carrot Bars. I might be on the shopping block. I might get laid off.
I mean,
Carrot Bars downsizing? Have they ever downsized?
No. I mean, I never heard of that. To get let go. That's kind of funny. Dinah asked me, you know, I was involved in this thing a year before I even understood what the heck I had. And when I decided to come involved in it, you know, I already had about 136 business affiliates. You've been involved, you know, when, and you know, my sponsor, the guy who brought me aboard, Michael Delco, he built that. And you know, and Dinah asked, man, I had you well over, you know, something in the closer neighborhood of 200 people before you even decided to step in, you know, as far as with even getting your business package. So I didn't call you, you know, telling you to, you know, to help and work out and do something. I just simply told you, whenever you're ready, man, I'll be there for you. You know, I don't believe in rushing people and beat people to the head and saying, hey, you got to do this, you got to do this. I understand life happens. You know, and I understand that there's a such thing called an incubation stage, and people, you know, I ain't going to use the word wake up, but people come into it, you know, at different levels, and they come into it when they're ready. I mean, with me, I just, you know, I was making $70,000, you know, with combination of far as my wife and I was doing, my wife back then, you know, and so we wasn't just getting anywhere, you know, and so we knew we couldn't keep going on that path. And man, Dynas, I worked hard for that money. And you know, and still at the end of every year, man, I'm looking forward to an income tax check that I would get back from the government, which is really berserk, because if you get an income tax check, that means you overpaid the government.
Right.
That means you gave the government essentially a interest-free 12-month loan. You know.
Hold on one second, everybody. Please hit that like button as you come to the chat room. Mr. Pirate Brand, I sent you the link, so we're waiting on you. Again, no trolling, and this is specifically on Karatbars. I know you want to talk about your past. I mean, we're here to answer all questions. So I know you've had some past experience with other referral-based companies. So if you have any questions, that's fine. So Mr. Pirate Brain, I sent the link. We're waiting on you. So go ahead and jump into the opportunity, Fitzgerald, like the specifics. I mean, people are asking again, guys, my referral link is in the chat room. Click on the link. It's free to sign up. And then basically what we're doing, once you sign up, me and Fitzgerald are going to get in contact with you guys. Okay. So when you sign up, I'll get a message and we're going to call you personally to kind of walk you through and answer all questions. So again, click on the link and go ahead and register. So there is a question in the chat room. Zishu Tanking, Dynas, how much will it cost to start an account registration? It's free to register. Okay, and Fisher, I know you probably don't want to repeat yourself, but can you kind of walk people through the process? Hello? Fitzgerald?
Hey. Oh.
I think we lost. Hold on, let him come back on. I think we lost him. Yeah, he dropped off.
How you doing, Dynas?
I'm good, brother. How you doing? Let's wait for Fitzgerald to come back. But everyone,
okay. Hey, look, man, you know I would never troll you, man.
I know. I just gotta, hold on one second.
Yeah, I just had a few questions.
Well, wait for Fitzgerald to come back.
Oh, okay.
There we go. So everyone, please hit that like button. Please hit that like button as you come to the chat room. And again, thank you for joining. Let me see where Fitzgerald is. Well, go ahead with your question. So
my question was more, and I have done multi-level marketing. I wasn't coming from a point of view of it's no good, because I do know people that have made money in it.
Right.
That particular one was just so saturated, I couldn't get a headway, in Amway. But with the gold, one of my questions, I had two questions. One was, do you get actual gold or do you get something that represents the gold?
No. If you want gold, they will ship you gold. And in fact, I'll have, when Cheryl comes, in fact, I have, if you want gold, they will ship you the gold. So.
Okay. And the other question was, how much does it cost? What's the entry fee to get involved to start playing the game?
I would say this. So it's free to sign up, but if you want to become an affiliate and build a team, which I highly recommend, the bronze package is like 140 euros, which is like $165, $170 USD. Yeah. So you got
it cost me $250 something back in the 90s.
Oh wow. Yeah. Fitzgerald, you there?
Yeah. I had to reboot my computer and everything like that. Sir, who do I have the pleasure of being on with?
My name is David. My channel is Mr. Pirate Brain, and the other one is It's Time to Think About It. I come through both of those.
Okay, but you just earned a new subscriber.
No, I've been a subscriber to Dynas channel for probably about a year now.
No, sir, I'm saying you just earned a new subscriber with me. So.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm saying. Now, can you repeat that channel again?
This channel that I'm on is Mr. Pirate Brain.
Mr. Private Brain?
Mr. Pirate, like Bluebeard the Pirate or Blackbeard the Pirate.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going to subscribe to your channel, and I appreciate you putting that out there. Things like that.
And my other channel is It's Time to Think About It.
it's time to think about it. Okay, I can come on both of theirs. I'm Fitzgerald Stephens, sir, and it's a pleasure to be on the platform with you.
I appreciate it, Fitzgerald.
All right, now go ahead and ask your questions. I already answered them, but I'm pretty sure that there might be something that Fitzgerald will want to add.
Yeah, one was, do you get actual gold? But he answered that, and the other one was, how much does it cost to get involved and start making money?
Yes, sir. And Mr. Private Brand, I'm gonna Mr. Private Brand. What is your first name, sir?
Dave. Just call me David. Dave.
Mr. Dave, pleasure, sir. Sir, as I stated, it's free to come involved. Now, if you wanna deal additional income streams, you can get one of the business packages. They can go anywhere from 150 euros to €1 million. Do you have to have one? No. You probably want to get one. Depends on your goals. I want to have several income streams through this channel. So I have a business account and a personal account, and I have a package as far as through that. The packages allow me to acquire what's called dual team payouts. Within Karatbars, you have two teams. You have a left side and right side. Left team and right team. It runs on a binary system too. Okay, so any time that you or should I say your team would purchase gold or gold-backed cryptocurrency or the K1 crypto phone or any of the number of products we have for that, a unit is created. Depending on the price of the product, what the product is, determines a unit. In the Karatbar universe, 2 euros equals a unit. And yes, I did say euros because it's a German company based in Stuttgart, Germany, been in business since 2011. Created by a gentleman named Dr. Harold Constantine Seitz, right next to the Mercedes-Benz World Corporation in Stuttgart. So when you have a business package, now you become qualified for the units. So Dynast was sponsored by a lady that I know, Denise Antoinette, and she in turn sponsored Dynast. So he's part of my team, but he has his own team. So he came in and got and purchased a business package. The way he did that, he started off selected a business package that he wanted. It doesn't make a difference with us which one you grab, but by getting the business package, you qualify for like what we call dual team payouts. Mr. Dave,
$50 package,
150 euros. 150 euros. If you translate that into U.S. currency, it comes about 177. With tax and its fees like that. I mean, also the amount of KCB. Hold on for once. I got to plug my computer battery off. We have two cryptocurrencies currently right now on the market. One is the KBC, and the other one is the KCB. What comes with purchasing a cryptocurrency. That is currently trading at 14 cents right now. It's on several exchanges, including Coinbase. Karatbar has its own exchange. So I've literally had people, in the business package run from anywhere from 150 euros all the way up to $1 million. We have something for everyone. But I've literally had people come on to the stream with Dynast and who have purchased those packages, and the value of the cryptocurrency exceeded what they actually paid for the product. So really, their package was like free, like
if you're buying it and it's 14 cents a coin or whatever, however you're
14 cents, but Mr. Dave and I purchased, it was less than half a penny.
So when it hit 14 cents, you was riding pretty good.
I was riding pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to get on exact figures I have. I mean, you call me, Dynast will put my private cell phone number on there, which I've given out to a lot of his audience. Not a lot, his entire audience, and I answer the phone. But I'll be happy to tell you, what I've done with what I've accumulated just personally, that. So what I do, the reason why I'm so big with team building, Mr. Dave, is like I just sit on my gold and cryptocurrency because that's what I'm using for my children, when I have them, and using that for my for my long-term thing. I live off the euros that I generate through my dual team. You know, for example, if you want to know how that works, the 4 primary packages you have are bronze. Bronze costs 150 euros. A silver is 750 euros. A gold is 1,700 euros, and a VIP like myself is 3,000 euros. Now, here's the difference. When you purchase any package, and you were to bring someone, and someone was taking enough for you to come in, because remember, they're building their network, not yours. They just happen to be a part. You just happen to be the one that introduced them to a duplication. And so when you with a bronze packet, with a bronze package, you have. Oh, let me back up. And remember what I said about units, 2 teams. Well, by people acquiring packages, the crypto phone or the gold case coins or the physical gold that's shipped to you at your home, when they acquire that, it generates units. So when you get 50 units on one side and 25 units on another side, a dual team payout is issued, just like clockwork. So it's not a job; it's more like an instrument, a wealth instrument. It's like profits beat wages any day of the week. Profits beat wages any day of the week. So let's just say, I come in with a business package of bronze, which is where I started. I couldn't afford to go any higher at that moment. And which is ironic, working 49 years, it took me everything. It took a lot of what I could do just to put $177 worth. Okay. And I was so-called a professional, college degree guy, stuff like that. So it gets you to thinking, well, when I get 25 units on one side and 50 units on another side, I get a dual team payout. If I'm a bronze, every time that happens from anywhere in the world, Mr. Dave, with people buying from Nigeria to South Africa to Tanzania to anywhere, we have a huge presence at that. No matter where they're going, when they buy those business packages, there's a units assigned. Now, if they buy a bronze package, it creates 5 units. Okay, if they buy a silver package, it creates 25 units. They buy a gold package, it pays 50 units. And if they buy a VIP package, it creates 100 units. So when you get 25 on one side, sir, and 50 on the other, just because you had that bronze package like clockwork, you get paid 40 euros, which is probably about 45 US dollars. You pay them in euros, they pay you back in euros. Let's just say you go ahead and do a silver packet, about 750 euros, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side. Every time that happens, all of a sudden you see in your back office a payout for something like 50 euros just for doing that. And then if you got a gold package, that when that 25 units on one side, 50 units on the other side, you get a dual team payout. Every time that happens anywhere in the world, any day of the week, you get paid 60 euros of that. And if you're like a VIP,
how do you generate? Excuse me, I'm sorry. How do you generate people to come in under you to build your organization?
You just present the opportunity to them. I could use something. Hey, like with a man like yourself, I would use this. Would you be interested in increasing your net worth? Because you already think in business terms. Or I'll go and say to another one, or I would use, do you keep your income options open? Or I'll say that, do you ever look at any ways, what would an extra make maybe $700 a month mean to you and your household? A lot of people, that exceeds the private job they're working. And so to get my train of thought, if you're a VIP like like myself, I'm both a VIP in my personal account and my business accounts. Your Carrot Bar allows you to keep 2 accounts. So every time that happens, and I get in tune of 80 euros or roughly $90. That's how I paid that $500 truck payment. That's how I pay my insurance. That's how I go in there and buy groceries. All I do is just put it into the store and use it just like a MasterCard. It deducts that amount off. And then as the team grow, they're buying stuff too, because Dave, you're not doing this for Dynas. You're not doing it for me. You're doing it for the house of Dave. And so, so if you, man, it's sometimes I have went out, to Chick-fil-A, and I made 420 euros biting in my chicken sandwich. It came out of, let's say, another state or another country and stuff like that. So it's the duplication that does that. Now, how much you make, that depends on the production of your team. You actually can make a decent salary just in a free position. It's going to take you once a month. That depends on the movement of money through your team. But it's not the numbers, it's the production that's moving through your team. People can't pay you off of good intentions. You got to move something. And so that's what I do. Meanwhile, I'm very big on that. Why? Because it allows my gold to increase. My gold is worth more than what I bought it. It allows my cryptocurrency increase. Man, I'm at 14 cents now, doing pretty good. What's going to happen when it goes up to $14, $21? Bitcoin started out like that, and they made they created something like 20 something thousand millionaires, 24,000 millionaires just off of that. One time Bitcoin was like a penny, 5 cents. I said on the stream, there was a guy who sold, but he had Bitcoin, Mr. Dave. It went up. He bought it like 5 cents. It went up to 30 cents. He like, this thing ain't really doing anything. Well, he sold it for 2 pepperoni pizzas. He had 10,000 coins. You do 10,000 coins times 8,500 right now, $100. You can see what he threw away. That's before it was up to 20,000. It came back down. And so we know the cryptocurrency is here to stay. It is the new money. It's the way commerce is moving right now. A lot of people are seeing what the fiat currency is doing, continually eroding in value, and they're looking for something to protect their wealth. You look like you're in the same generation I'm in. You done went around the block a couple of times, man. Time is a luxury we don't have to get back. Maybe we don't have that to get back. For example, I was talking to a young man I used to work with. He's 27 years old. And he said, well, Fitzgerald, I don't want to do this right now. I got my associate's degree. They're telling me I got to get a 4-year degree because that allows me to get in other opportunities. And I said, great for you. I would do that. But for me at 54, I don't got time to go ahead and go like 3 more years of law school and 4 years of grad school, 4 years of trying to build my clientele up. Good God, man, I'm looking at 60 years old. So
pay loan off for college,
right? And not to mention the student loan debt that is going to occur. We have one affiliate, Tanisha Glassy, located in the United States. She was getting ready to go to med school before this opportunity came. Get ready to go into $250,000 in debt, be able to work for the rest of her life, and long come this opportunity, and she took advantage of it. And Mr. Day, that's all I want to emphasize to people. It's just an opportunity. It's just an opportunity. That's all.
Okay, let me read this comment. Thank you so much, Emil O. And me and Fitzgerald, we actually spoke on this when we did our first or second show. The regular corporate jobs are pyramid schemes. Only a few people can get to the top, and there's only one person at the top. And if you were listening to what they were saying, you got to know somebody. I mean, again, we got people in the chat saying this is a pyramid scheme. And again, pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes are illegal. Again, at the beginning of the show, we stated our case on why this is not illegal.
Oh, so these are the cats that came in talking without knowledge. So they just came in.
As long as you're selling a product, it's not a pyramid.
No, you're not selling the product. You're not selling the product. That's the thing, Mr. David. No one's making you do anything. You don't have any minimum amounts of gold or cryptocurrency you're required to buy. Oh, about those units, they're always there. They're sitting there waiting for you now. I got dang near 26,000 units on my right side waiting for me when I use them. I just happen to have a lot of payouts on my left side, which is where Dynas is. That's like 1.1, but I got several payouts. As far as this, I mean, I do pretty decent. I'm not knocking out the park yet. My sponsor Michael Delco, he is definitely knocking out the park. That man has 60,000 affiliates in his organization around the world. His first affiliate was his wife. He was able as a mortgage banker to retire in 120 days, replace this 6-figure mortgage banking income with a bronze package.
What is your number so I can call you? I can't see the chat room.
Yes, sir. You got that pen in your hand?
Yeah, I have it in my hand.
Okay, 716 573 6296.
97.
Yes,
I mean,
96, sir.
I'm sorry.
My email address is Fitzgerald, my first and last name, FITZGERALD, Stephens, STEPHENS @gmail.com. I mean, for those of you who are getting involved in this is Dynas Amir Forum, and so you would register your free gold affiliate account under Dynas Amir. Meanwhile, I provide support for my business partner Dynas Amir, and I do the training and plug you into the wealth building training system. We have a whole system that shows you how to build this, and that's by way of the smartphone and the internet. Dave, I'd sit home and make my money. You know, sometimes I get bored and I'll, you know, if I want to, you know, I'll just get out the house just to get out the house. I'm literally at home. Now, a lot of times I don't sleep much because of, you know, with the different time zone and Cote de Verde, you know, it's about like 4 hours ahead. It's about 10 o'clock over there. Lagos, Australia, you know, I have different time zones. So I keep my phone by there and it rings.
What country are you in?
I'm in the United States, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'm right down here.
So if I sign up, of course, I'm gonna sign up under Dynas. I mean, you know, I was listening the other day, but I came in at the tail end, so I didn't hear everything. You know,
well, for the moderator,
everybody was kind of trolling you. And I wanted to find out more information.
And I appreciate that. You know, man, it's not my, I don't, it's not the critics that I mind, but when they start attacking my character or talking Ponzi scheme, and I know dang well they ain't researched it, they got off of Google, and, you know, it like, you know, everybody going to get something. And if that's not for you, cool, but don't trash it for someone else. I mean, you know, don't take the opportunity for someone else. If that's on you, fine. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. I respect that, but I will tell you this: I'll give that critic more respect they did me. If they say, "Hey, Fitzgerald, I'm starting this Amazon page," you know, and you know, what do you think, man? Go for it. You know, hey, that's your hustle and your flow. My youngest brother is a corporate attorney. He's not under me. My middle brother is a financial director in a major city, you know, right down there where Dynas is, up in Atlanta. He's not in with me. My best friend for 35 years, he's not in with me, you know, and so why is that? It's just not their thing, but they support me. You know, they support me, the corporate attorney, you know, that he makes a very, very good income, you know, working with his job. But, you know, that man is out there hustling to build his own brand, because the way he put it to me, and I know it's absolutely very true. You know, the board of directors come down there and say, we want another chief counsel, and you got to go. It happens all the time. Yeah. It happens. And
I tell people on the channels when I come on, and even on my channel, that I'm on disability. I mean, I had a heart attack back in 2010. So I
thank God Almighty for sparing your life. You look great.
Yeah, thank you. And I've been, you know, I want to get over to Ghana. I want to spend my last days over there. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to leverage what I do to be able to get there, you know. And I'm not just going to sit around and wait for reparations to come. I fight for it. Don't get me wrong. I think we deserve it. I know, but I ain't waiting.
I know we do, but unfortunately, you know, it may not come in our lifetime. You know, I mean, it just may not. But so I can't. Is it old? Absolutely. It's been paid to everybody else, you know. So right is right. But do I really have time to put a hope in the plan? I think both political parties are against it. You know, in this country, you know, they taught the game, you know, to get the votes, but in the deep down, they're not doing it because they don't want to. The debt would be too high. You know, and so fine, but I believe, you know, what some political party does or don't do, I don't believe in them having control over my destiny. That belongs to me as a man. You know, but the economy of my home, of my household is what I'm concerned about. But here's the beautiful thing about this, Mr. Dave. I can't take care of the economy of my household without helping Carrot Bars, without helping you take care of the economy of yours. Other words, if I don't make you money, I'm not getting anything. So I work for you. I work for you in essence. I work for Dynas, and you know, and so to prove that, man, that's why I'm up. He could, if there are some team members who have came on this thing as a result, you know, and I spent time talking to you, sometimes much as 2 hours a piece, making sure they get the nuances, making sure they have everything to build, and that's just sometimes not a one-time call. You know, but those new affiliates and people call me, I plug their number in, you know, and I say, hey, at least get your account. I talked to a gentleman, to a gentleman and a lady, two ladies in particular coming to mind. I won't name them. They know who they are. One guy, you know, he called me. He got in when I did the first broadcast, and Dynas, not Fitzgerald, Dynas Amir put 93 people in that man's organization. He didn't even know it. I had to point it out to him. You know, because this is how fast this thing is growing. You know, you remember, you know, I started out when I woke up, sir, when I had 131 people that Michael Delco put in my right leg. 131. That's what really got me going, because I'm like, where'd that come from? You know, I didn't understand. I let this thing set, man.
You have to have them in both legs in order to start.
To get the payout. You remember 25 units in one leg and 50 units in another to get that payout, whatever your business package is going. And so when I came on board, man, after a year, Dude, I already had 136 people in that leg. And you want to know the true statement of it, Mr. David?
Mhm.
That 136 right leg that Michael built, and I thank God that he gave me that phone call. I've not put one person in. I got over now that 136 is over 3,500 affiliates in my business. Just off that one leg. I exclusively focus on the left where Dynas is. And
Now,
so
people help you on both legs, or they just
yeah,
usually help you on one leg?
Yes, sir. They help me on both legs, but the primary one that's really banging, what I call my money leg,
Right.
that's really, really banging. That's the one with 3,500 affiliates. Man, I got them in countries I don't even know. Some of them I can't even pronounce. But the South Africans, they ain't doing it for me. They're doing it for themselves. It's people who have become millionaires in this thing simply off the exchange rate. Listen, my friend, 80 euros in rand is a whole lot more than 80 euros in dollars. 80 euros in naira in Nigeria is a whole lot more than 80 euros over here. So you're paid in euros. So the conversion rate is really what you're going after. But you know what? I want to spend some time in Côte d'Ivoire. When I talk about some time, man, I want to go over there, spend like a couple of months. I studied French and I have a friend over there and I just want to go check it out, stuff like that. But hey, man, I don't worry about my income because my income's going to follow me. Long as I got that MasterCard, it's loaded up with euros when I get my stuff in orbit, which I'm doing right now. That follows me every Friday like clockwork, depending on the production of your team. Your things are loaded up on there. You're responsible for the taxes. Sure, you got to pay taxes to this government. They're going to want that, but you're responsible. But my God, Mr. David, look, that business package is actually a tax write-off. Now you decide to go over to Africa, that plane ticket becomes a business expense. Now you decide to spend that food over there. You just mentioned your word carrot bars over there, man. That meal's a business expense. Those cool sunglasses on top of your head, you using to look at a presentation, that's a business expense. Part of your home, that's a business expense. Your internet, that's a business expense because now you have a business. So now your gold is outpacing inflation and you're getting tax benefits on the other end. So you're supercharging your wealth. Oh, by the way, as you create the euros, a lot of us just roll some of our profits right back into it, thus creating more. Man, I've had several people because the way with the KCB and Carrot, you can get them on other exchange, but Carrot Bars is the one that gives you the bonus. I have several people, two of them come to mind that bought a $1,700 profit package. Mr. David, the KBC currently at 14 cents and what they received for it was worth more than what they paid out. In other words, the package was for free to them. Just by doing that, and once I pointed that out, they like, okay, and I would say to them, did this seem like a scam to you? And I'm going to put this to rest because I'm not here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about what the opportunity can mean to you. Once again, whatever you guys want to do for your household, fine, but send me something. I'll be happy to become a part, maybe even support you. Definitely ain't going to badmouth what you're trying to do to feed your family. I'm not going to do that. This opportunity is not for everyone, but I could tell you this, and he's not going to say it, but I'll say it. That man, Dynas Amir, who's hosting this, last 2 weeks, he's made a pretty dang good profit. I went to work for him, but really, I didn't go to work for him. Truth be known, I went to work for myself. Only thing is, I can't have my euros if I don't help Dave's house get his, and I don't help Dynas get here. So therefore, I'm not worried about someone like in corporate America that would, giving you information to hold you back because you're threatening their job or all that kind of stuff. Man, I want you to succeed me. I want you to go. I have 121 people personally sponsored. In like a little over 30 days, that man has personally put about 95 people in 95 people. He's personally sponsored for about 105. So he's almost to catch me. I have a rule that I didn't want anybody to out-sponsor me on my team, but I don't have 59,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel. But do I care? No. I mean, I give that man reports. He'll let you know. I said, okay, you got this payout. Okay, I followed up with this person you told me to do, because a lot of people don't know what to do. What my philosophy is this, and I won't be doing it overall. My sponsor, Michael Delco, man, we've been friends for 21 years. Great friends, have a great relationship. I can't hear from Michael as much. Why? That man got over 8,000 emails he has to respond back to. His voicemail is Phil. Phil, I don't take it personal because he's talking to people to help them to realize their dream for their household too. So he'll get to me when he get to me. Fortunately from him, the time he spent training me, I absorbed enough of that I could get the information. And there's other people with him besides him. Now, in the final point of that, let's just say you call me. Okay, and you go ahead and sign up your link, and you get your affiliate account. You're going to get an email from Carrot Bar saying welcome. You get a email. It says click to verify your account. Which set up your username and password. You go on carrotbars.com, and then you download the terms and conditions. Okay, and I can say, well, I'm going to plug you into Wealth Builders, Dave, and that's good. Or there's going to be a call that has training. We got one Sunday night. I could. No, I can go ahead and put you into that. But I'm like this. Sometimes, man, you need some one-on-one attention. That's where I come in. I guide you through the screen. I show you what you got. Sometimes, man, I can spend as much as 2 hours with people on that. 2 hours getting right, maybe 4 hours of sleep. Fortunately, I have erratic sleeping habits. Unfortunately for you guys, I have erratic sleep habits. So like sometimes 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm up. So I'm taking calls to help people get set up. And we did it. I've done that several times, and I will help you because it's not in my interest not to. Plus, I just really like seeing people succeed. I want to, and you can pick up where you want. I'm talking to a lot of business owners on this channel. You can't just pick your business up and go to another. You can't even really go to another city without losing your clientele, much less another state or another country. And your money is going to follow you, and you don't have to rebuild the market up because the market is right here, literally on your cell phone. You got a website that doesn't cost you anything. You got no minimums, no maximums. Those units you never have to. They never go away. I got one guy that's in Dynast team. Up in Richmond, Virginia. Mr. Wright say, hey, Fitzgerald, I'm interested in dealing with the crypto, but man, I don't like talking to people. I said, I don't either. I said, I don't either. I can't, I understand that.
You don't sound like it.
If I can make I'm so sorry. Buying Philippines. I know this is not a scam, but to invoke reparations, Tone and Yvette to sell this is a bit ridiculous. Tone is a UCLA graduate lawyer. Yvette has worked on Capitol Hill. Neither waited for anything. Okay, Tone and Yvette invoke reparations to complain about African actors and actresses playing in Black Panther. So, okay, but go ahead, Fitzgerald. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the final point on that, Dave, we got plenty of people, man. They just buy the product. They just invest in the cryptocurrency, and just let it sit. Why? Because they're getting tired of seeing their 401k getting decimated. They're getting tired of taking those values. That's going to be on top. I'm not even counting what you're going to get when you pull out with the penalty they're going to hit you. And another thing you can understand this, Mr. David, you have liquidity in this. Do you know you can pull out your money out anytime you want without penalty?
Now that brings me to another question. What if there's rumors going around? In fact, not rumors. Elizabeth Warren came on TV and said the economy was going to fail in the wintertime next fall, which I can maybe believe it because of the crops are going to fail. They're failing now. So, when the food fails, everything kind of goes. How will this hold up under that circumstance?
Gold is money, Mr. David. Gold is money. It's been money for the last 5,000 years. Hey, listen, in an event, whether you do this, whether the audience does this or not, I will suggest this. I just make suggestions. I'm not telling you what you do. You grown man, grown woman, but I would probably have at least about 100 grams of gold that I could get to on my person. In the event that I got to go somewhere, in the event I got to get gold,
and have the actual bars.
No, it's the bars are like this. Carrot Bars does small gold increments, and this is a gram of gold right here on a Carrot Bar card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so that comes like 1 gram. 2.5 grams or 5 grams. You can buy what you want. Actually, for those who say the gold is expensive, I don't know how you could really beat free. I mean, if you have three business associates, and you're on auto save, the minimum you're getting a gram of gold a month, and they're on there. Carrot Bars will send you 25. You're doing it for like 12 months. Carrot Bars will send you 25 grams of free gold just for doing that.
Okay, and each country doesn't have a problem with you having to, because I know when I was in Argentina, I had Chilean coin, and it was hard to bring it back to the States.
Well,
can I interject? From my understanding now, correct me if I'm wrong, Fitzgerald. If your coin is what is it? If it's linked to a bank, is that the correct term?
No, it's David. You're going to respect this one, man. You have your own Ether wallet that is linked to, that you can shift out. I got a couple of Ether wallets. So the Ether wallet, runs off the blockchain technology. As long as I got my key, I can access that. That's nobody's business but mine. You can't get into my stuff.
And then when I come to, let's say, Ghana, I can have them ship the actual gold to me.
Yeah, I mean, you can have it, or yeah, of course, because Carrot Bar will offer each and every one affiliate their business partners. They offer them 100 grams of free storage, and you can keep it over Stuttgart. And when I decide to, I want to have some gold sent to my house, I'm not going to say on the screen, I got gold in my house. That'd be stupid. But let's just say I know someone who does. And so it's what you do with it, man. It's what you decide how you want to run your wealth. It's your wealth. Okay. And so once you build that up, it's yours. The thing comes to you in your home. I mean, that it's in your hand. It's tangible that you can put in touch with the cryptocurrencies. It's in my Ether wallet. I can move that. And I monitor my Ether wallet. I'm seeing that thing, I'm seeing that thing rise. Sure, it takes sometimes some dips. That's to be expected. But general ride is rises. Keep in mind, man, I bought mine for less than half a cent. My first buy in the cryptocurrency sphere was $200,000, 200,000 Carrot Bar's cryptocurrency, which is gold backed, so it has a floor. Okay, it's gold backed, so that in my mind that makes it superior to a lot of other currencies out there. And and so that's sitting in there steadily growing up. I mean, I could pull that money off right now and go have a great time, but I eat my future. If it's at 14 cents right now, what happens when it goes to $41? What happens when it goes to like $120? What happens when it goes to $400? And it will happen. Carrot Bars will create 20,000 millionaires in the next 2 years. Whether people think it's a scam or they don't. I don't, and Dynas does it, and we profit and we benefit from it by simply helping other people. That's the key. If you want those selfish man or woman, don't come in this. You won't like it. You won't be. You want those person trying to run game. Don't do it, because you won't like it. You're not going to get those results. People can see through you a mile away. But you want those people who take a sincere interest in helping others, but by helping yourself, by helping others, maybe it's something you ought to give a serious go. Remember what I told you, that one guy that he came in, and I just heard from him just earlier this week. He had 94 people in. He had no clue. I had to show him what he had. And then better believe he got his business package, because he had missed a lot of units through that. And so that's all. We just offer an opportunity. That's all it is. It's not a cure for everything. It's just an opportunity. With me, man, I'm in my 50s. I've set my age often on this stream. And why do you say that, man? Because I'm tired. I used to crawl up on the cars and do oil changes, and I used to cut my own grass and all that. You're gonna learn from sometime. You start getting up close to my age, close to it, man. You don't even want to be bothered. You pay some cat, man. Hey, you go do this. I ain't even want to change a tire. AAA, come out here and do this. I mean, you just don't want to be bothered.
I know exactly how you feel.
You just don't want to be bothered. Not that you can't do it. You're too good. You just don't want to be bothered, because you look back and say like, wow, man, my body, I don't want to keep doing that. And frankly, I don't want to spend the rest of my time with doing things that, that ain't going to make me money. I had a boss one time, Anthony Sotillo. He used to own Bavarian Body Works in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where Dynas and I met that's what it was before I bought the company, and bought his service portion company. But when he told me, he would say to me, he said, Fitzgerald, I just sell cars. I mean, I don't get into politics. I don't get in things like that. Republicans and Democrats both want their cars fixed. I'm just here to make profit. But he also told me this, Dave. He said, my dream is to have the lifestyle of my wife and children, my wife and daughter, rather. He said that because he was the one already working. He was making good money as long as he was there.
Yeah.
As long as he was there, he was making great money as long as he was there. And so for I've been a part of referral programs. You like it or not, the fact of the matter is that the referral based marketing, which is what this is, which what we all do, whether some of us just recognize it more so. Referral based marketing has created more millionaires in the history of business. Now, referral based marketing, I covered this a little bit last week, and I'll ask you this: have you ever seen a good movie or a good play?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Have you ever ate a good meal at a great restaurant?
Yep.
Okay. Have you ever had a barber that really gave your lines tight, man, made you look crisp and everything and sharp? You ever had that?
Been years ago, I cut my own hair.
Have you ever went to a detail man that really put the shine and did everything the way you wanted?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you tell anybody?
Oh yeah. Whenever when something is good, the average is you tell 3 or 4 people. When something's bad,
millions of people do it or do it every day. But here's the difference. Here's the difference between me and you. Did they send you a royalty for doing that? I mean, you gave a free advertising, didn't you?
Yeah.
Mine does. Mine does.
We have the brother Shishai on as well. Go ahead.
Listen, I gotta correct you. The most millionaires that have been made, it's been through real estate. And my whole thing
yes. Hey, you know what? Thank you for doing that, man. I have forgot about that hustle, and that's the majority. Yeah, thank you for saying that. I apologize. I was in grave area. You're absolutely right. That was so clear as the nose on my face. I just didn't see it. I appreciate you pointing in there.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to put some of my funds in the real estate, particularly apartment complexes.
Okay, and my other thing with this sounds like, I know you guys addressed it earlier, but this sounds like there was this company called ACN. They're doing the same thing, like network building and all this. My thing is, if you're saying you're creating wealth, you got to show people the numbers. I can't just say this. Like, you just can't say it. Like, you got to show numbers. Like,
okay, how much
statement?
How much a year personal income do you make?
Personally, I make like $62,000 a year.
Would you mind sending me your financial statements?
I'll send you my pay stub if you want to look. But my thing is, you can't say you're making like a certain amount of money. And
I said I'm making a certain amount of money. It would be foolish for me to put my numbers up there. That's really just me and my family's business. I mean, I'm not going to put my income statements out there. That'd be foolish for me to do.
But you're telling people,
all I know, this is how I earn my living.
I understand that, but you're telling people, okay, this is the way, this is how you create residual income. But you got
no, I did say that's the way. I stand to correct you, sir, with all due respect. I said okay. It is a way. It's an opportunity. That's what I said. You don't have to be a part of it whatsoever. But it's just an opportunity. That's what I was saying.
So okay, so on average, how much can you make a month, depending on if you do it?
I'm not going to answer that. That's not a correct question.
Hold on, Fitzgerald. Dude, Shishay. Okay, I've been doing sales. I've in corporate for 10 years.
Hold on, can you say that again?
Oh, there's a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
I think Kelly's got a lot of noise going on in there.
All right. So what you put in is what you get out. I mean, that's what it is. So, asking like, hey, if I were to work and do this, how much can I make? I mean, that's up to you. I mean, basically, just like in corporate America or whatever sales organization, where we could show you the comp plan, and then as far as the amount of money you could earn, that's on you.
So you're not going to show numbers, is what you're saying, Dinas?
What numbers do you want to see? I can show you the comp plan.
I need to see like earning statements to know it's real.
No. Out of all 600,000 affiliates within the organization, you'll be lucky if you get 2 to give you that. You'll be lucky. If you get 2.
My thing is, like, I'm not even trying to argue or anything like that.
No, sir. I appreciate this, man.
I
welcome this.
Because I've seen so much things like this in the past couple of years. It's ridiculous, and I need to see numbers to believe it.
Well, sir, I can understand this, and with all due respect, this is just not for you. I can see that. I mean,
I would say if anybody's trying to create wealth, I would like tell them to deal with real estate or the S&P. But like, I mean, this, like, I got to see the numbers. If you're saying you're generating like a good amount of wealth, like, you got to show the numbers. I would show.
I don't have to
I would show
person
about
to show you the
advertising.
check.
If I'm advertising a product, I would show the numbers.
No, sir, I don't have to. I can show you the comp plan like Dynas, and he addressed that even more so excellent. Excellent than I did. I'm not under obligation to show anyone my personal income.
Okay.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
and sir, that was a respectful tone I used. I didn't mean anything by that. It was respectful. But I'm not under obligation
I'm not taking anything
to show it.
personal. I'm not
President of the United
taking
States ain't going to show his tax returns. I certainly ain't going to show mine.
No, I'm not saying like a tax return, like like what you filed with the IRS, but like you get a quarterly statement from this place.
No, I take care of my own taxes and everything. That's all on me. But
No,
yeah,
I'm talking,
let me answer your question. Yes, you do have a transaction history that showed you what you have been paid out commission wise. Yes,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir, that does occur.
I don't want to look at your like IRS tax records and all that. No, I don't care about that. I'm talking about from this company specifically.
Yes, sir, they have that. And you mentioned ACN, and you mentioned a couple of them. I was involved with that too. And I first got my thing with the free enterprise system through a company up in Ada, Michigan, called that starts with an A. So they've been the granddaddy of it all. I mean, it works. I mean, it works. And so all I had, sir. All was presented to me. What Michael presented to me, he didn't say anything about income. He definitely didn't get into his. All it was just an opportunity, and I went out there and worked and just created what I have now.
Well, let me ask you this, Shishai, are you familiar with Jay Morrison?
Yeah, the real estate guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever asked him to show his financial statements?
If I ever had a conversation with him on your forum, I would say, yo, listen. I mean, I don't argue with real estate because real estate, it's like, money is there. You already know. You need somewhere to live, so you're paying somebody, right?
You know how many real estate people I know failed in 2008 by jacking up numbers?
Yeah. But I'm talking about, I want to buy real estate, but if I buy, I'm not buying a single family home. I'm trying to buy an apartment complex.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, Daddy, you done, brother? Shishai, are you done?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. All right, brother.
Mrs. Deshae, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.
All right, Sister Ketley, go ahead.
Her mic is off.
I don't Ketley, you got to turn off your. You got to unmute yourself. I had to mute you because you have.
Do you have your affiliate link posted up there as well as my phone number and my email address? Do you have that posted up there?
I do. Let me put it back up. Ketley, unmute yourself.
She doesn't know she's muted.
Okay. Hold on one second. Let me Linnell, I'm about to send you the link right now.
And also, Dynas, if I may interject, if there are any current Karatbar affiliates out there listening to the stream, come in, but just besides myself and Dynas, I mean, I welcome you on there.
Okay, I think I got it now, guys.
All right, go ahead. All right, we hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes. First of all, I would like to say thank you for having me. And as always, you have always been doing productive things, and I am so proud of you. On the optic, on the oh my goodness, the skepticals, on behalf of the skepticals defense, I would like to speak on it just for a few seconds. You know how we've had Amways, we have several programs that have been introduced to us. And some of the programs, the only group of people that make the money are the higher up. So the folks at the bottom of the pyramid often can ever reach that top. I'm not saying that's what it is, but but one thing I do know, I don't know Dynas personally, but knowing his mentality and knowing the fight that he's fighting, I'm pretty sure that, I guess he probably already looked into it, or because if he's on there and he already, I mean, you know, because all we want to do is to get into something and get it done and make sure at least we're getting extra, a little bit of extra of what we're putting in, because it sounds so good. It sounds beautiful. And I'm sure I am right now here. I'm sitting and I really want to look into it because it sounds so good to be true. But one question I have, or I don't know, maybe statement, I wanted to know that you said that the company base is in Germany, right?
Yes. Fitzgerald, are you
Okay.
there?
Yes. Okay. So if the company, because one thing we kind of like that I know, you know, we're well, you know, when it comes to make money, people are gonna want to make money. It doesn't matter what group is running. You know, what group that is running the services. But one thing I wanted to know, like, if it's in Germany, so it's mainly like a white company. It's pretty
It's a
much
white company.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep getting that. You know, yes, the owners that own it, the founder, Dr. Harold Sides. Yes, he happens to be a German white man. But, ma'am, may I speak freely?
Yes. Go ahead.
What does that have to do with the income that you can make personally for
No,
yourself?
no.
You
Well,
know,
that's what I just said. I said that before. I said that when it comes for us to make our money, color should not be an issue. But at the same time, you know, if they're stealing these goals and doing all these things in Africa, I mean, and then now they're trying to make money off of us on making our own natural resources. I mean, I'm not telling people not to get involved. That's not what I'm saying, because I myself, I would definitely, I have your number. I have Dennis's information. And of course, I'm gonna go ahead online and look into it because it sounds so good to be true, and I really want to be part of it. And of course, what I just said as far as the if he's white or not, it is relevant, but not like 100% relevant. And there's a 3% relevant in it, because my thing is, yes, right now we need money. We're gonna have to, if it works for us, if it's going to work for us, and it's no scam, you know, of course we have to jump on it, and we should jump on it. But all I'm saying, for the near future, and I'm just saying, we need to find a way for them to start taking these resources and make it work and flip it around, and then have us, climb the tree so hard before we can get to the top. When literally they're getting our resources and flipping it around like we don't have no brand, and then you know what I'm saying, to try to make us pay or make us get rich, through all those zigzag street and corners. Now, I said two things. Now, one is, yes, we must. If it's not a scam, and it sounds so good to be true, and we need money because we know we need money. I am a nurse, and last year I made $88,000. I know I need money because I did not see my money at all. Most of my money went strictly to the bills, and literally, I mean, just pay the bills, and the essential bills, not even regular leisure bills. No, essential bills. You know, but I'm saying that if we need money, because we need money now, because I mean, if it is good, if it is not a scam, I'm encouraging everybody to look into it. That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, I'm just saying they are outsmarting us with our resources. You see where I'm coming from? So what I'm saying, it makes sense.
Yes, ma'am. I do see where you're coming from, and forgive me, my stream cut out, so I had to go in while you was talking. I didn't hear the full gist of your conversation.
Okay. Can I interject, Fitzgerald?
What's that?
Yeah, is it okay if I interject real quick?
Oh, of course, it's Search Brewery belongs to you. I'm your guest.
No, so Miss Catley, in fact, sac passe, Miss Catley, she brought up Amway, which is another, I guess, referral-based program. And, Catley, this is the thing I tell everybody. I've been doing sales. I started off with Aflac back in 2006, transitioned to Centos back in 2010. And basically, whatever you put in is what you get out. So as far as Amway goes, I know people who are. In fact, my neighbor next door sells Amway, and he's doing very well. Same thing with programs like Mary Kay. That's another one. I know people who are very successful, but then I know people who, again, didn't put the work in, and they obviously didn't see results. So, again, the great thing about multi-level marketing, because I've always been sold on MLM. I mean, I signed up with an MLM company back when I was in college. It's just for me finding the right product that I was passionate about was the issue. So for me, with Caribars, what really sparked my attention was the crypto portion, the cryptocurrency. You know, so that's why I really got in was the crypto. I mean, I got in before that because you know, Fitzgerald's my brother, and you know, he presented the opportunity to me. But I've always known that companies like Amway, whether it be Herbalife, whether it be, you know, we're
Yes,
talking Caribars.
Herbalife is another crazy one.
Right. But again, I understand that in order to get off the corporate plantation at the end of the day,
Yes.
you're going to have to go after opportunities where you can earn residual income. And companies like Herbalife, Amway, Avocare, Mary Kay, to name a few, those are vehicles that will that where you could create you know, I would say a reality where you don't have to clock in and clock out, where you get what is called mailbox money. And now you have Caribars, and Caribars, you know, because again, I was presented all these opportunities. There was YTB, your travel business. There was prepaid legal. You know, again, Caribars was the only program where I actually believed in the product. Now, I've always believed in the concept of MLM and referral marketing, which I don't know why people continue to call this a pyramid scheme. Again, if the thing about this, if you want to get from the bottom of the pyramid in quotation marks, you have to put in the work. If you want to go to the, and you have the opportunity to get to the top, if you put in the work. A pyramid scheme is, you know, you get in and you have no opportunity, or you're not given the opportunity to grow and get to the top. Like Fitzgerald said, I have the opportunity to outsell Fitzgerald. In a pyramid scheme concept, you know, I'll never surpass Fitzgerald. So, I mean, you know, that's my spiel. All right, go ahead, Fitzgerald.
Well, that's an excellent point. I mean, you know, if you want to, I'll use that word. Okay, you want to call it a pyramid? Yeah, it is. But you sit on the top of your pyramid, meaning that Dynas has people. I don't know. I have a spirit of influence. He don't know. Dave has a spirit of influence. We don't know. As long as Dave builds his organization, he's on top of that. When Dave talks to someone else, they're on top of there. This is, I like to think of it more like your own franchise within that. You know, listen, when I take my profits, you know, I can roll those into wherever I want. You know, I mean, my thing is about you know, making money. You know, I don't get in business to have fun. I ain't in there for your camaraderie ship. I ain't in there because I'm glad to be here. David, I got obligations, man. You know, I have things I need to take care of. I'm just looking for a vehicle. I mean, it just came to time with me and David, you and I in the same generation, man. I just got tired. You know, I got tired of being walked off of jobs, and I got tired of not having opportunities given to me. You know, Miss Kelly said something great. You know, there's a time I used to think $50,000 and $40,000 was a lot of money until I got there, and I realized I was still just as broke as I was making 21,000. You know, and when I was hearing someone make 80,000, you know, they were like, wow. I'm thinking, man, that's wow. It isn't a lot of money. I used to hear that holy grail of a six-figure income. Man, I know people with six-figure income. They better not miss a check. You know,
is there a yearly fee for this? Like, let's say if I pay like $170 to get in, when next year rolls around, do I have to pay another?
Oh no, that's a one-time thing. That's a one-time thing. You know, that's a one-time tax deductible thing. You know, and you don't have to. You, Mr. David, you don't do anything you don't want to do.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to get the fundamentals.
Yes, no, that's just a one-time thing. It ain't no dues. It ain't no, you know, no subscription fees. It ain't no, you know, gotcha thing. You're gonna find, man, when you go ahead and register your free account. I mean, there's already people that came in this thing now. I know it, and I'm gonna be talking to y'all after when you call me. But when you're gonna find, man, ain't nobody gonna ask you for a credit card. Nobody gonna ask you, but Caribars does require this. Let me go ahead and say, when they get your link and you verify down on the email address you put on, they're gonna send you a link. Welcome to Caribars. Dynas is your sponsor. He's gonna get a link saying you has a new affiliate that enables him to call you and things like that. And then you click on that link. You log into Caribars.com, KARAT.com. It's gonna say download your terms and conditions. You know, you get familiar with the site, you call me, and no one's making you buy anything. Man, your business will grow without you even doing anything. You know, you know, your business go for y'all who get in this thing, man, you know, as far as with that, you're gonna find you got people, you ain't gonna have a clue where they came from. Now, do you care? Because they certainly don't care. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for their family. They're doing it for their. Oh, by the way, you can leave this to your children. You can leave that. You can sell it as a business. You can leave it to your estate. So it can be passed on to your heirs. Can your job do that? I mean, David, Mr. Amir, you guys both have your YouTube channels. I'm going to be putting mine together real soon. I can't leave that YouTube channel right there because I'm the brand. You're the brand of your channel, you know, and stuff like that. You can't do that. So you got to have something that keeps flowing after you. How about having a picture? How about your great grandchildren having a picture of you saying this is the man that started all the wealth for the family right there, and they still going to be living off of that. We've had affiliates unfortunately have transitioned. You know, but they build up a $5,000 a week residual income in euros, and their wives are and it's still growing. Their wives are the beneficiary of that. You know, could I say you build up 5,000 a week? Absolutely. I'm one of those cats. Believe I put my mind to it. And I see it in my mind. It can happen. But you know, it's just an opportunity. It's opportunity. You certainly can't do it with your job.
I want to address something. So somebody asked. Knowing thyself broadcasting as, and then Linnell, we're gonna get to you right now, brother. Let me just address this question, brother Linnell. Knowing thyself broadcasting says, what guarantee the longevity of the company? There's no guarantee to any longevity of any company.
Yes.
I mean, listen, if you would have told me back when I was 8 and 7 years old, when I used to walk down the aisles of Toys R Us, that Toys R Us would be closed, that my son Mansa, who I think we took him to Toys R Us before it closed, that Toys R Us would no longer exist in 2019, I would have said you're out of your flipping mind. Same thing with Circuit City, same thing with Sears, same thing. I mean, the list goes on and on. So we can't guarantee the longevity of any company.
Dinas, you got to bring a great point up there. Let me. Why is Fitzgerald so passionate about this? Why is he saying? You know, why is he so passionate about this thing? Why is he so passionate, you know, about trying to help people? Because I'm passionate about the economy in my home. I don't want it to be at the mercy of a political party. I don't want it to be at the mercy of a guy boss or a gal boss. They decide that maybe they didn't like me or I had to go. Listen, I've owned 2 companies. I had to make some tough decisions. I had to let good people go. You know why I let them go, David? I didn't have the revenue to pay them. You know, everyone who comes on to who used to work with me. I didn't say anybody working for me, but work with me. I would tell them, listen, I don't pay your paycheck, you do. I mean, I can't pay you if you don't produce. I can't pay the company. My company can't pay me if I don't produce. I understand that concept, but in the companies employ duplication all the time. They just call them employees. And they're getting a percentage of all that. You know, I think it stands to reason, David, correct me if I'm wrong. The average CEO salary, you know, is somewhere online that's 750 to 1,000% work more what the ground worker makes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, I mean, those numbers are insustainable. He has a golden parachute, but they don't. You know, the company go out of business. He has like a nice sort of golden parachute where he cash in his stock options and everything else like that. Meanwhile, people up there saying, "Oh no, why did they take my job? How could they do this?" Well, they did this because you put yourself in position to do it. Now that the job when I was doing software sales, I got fired. I went, the year before that, I was one of the top 3 in the nation, but I got fired. Why did I get fired? I would have fired me too. I simply wasn't producing. You know, I simply wasn't producing. Let me tell you something. You know, people will sympathize with you. I was going through a couple of personal issues and things like that, and I'm going through a couple of health issues. They took my mental thing out the game. And anytime your mental thing is taken out, what you do, you're gone. You're dead man walking. You just don't know it yet. So they would say, Fitzgerald, what can we do to help? Can we get you? There's a great doctor over here. Can we get you some counseling? And they said it, but after a while, the numbers kicked in. Like, shoot. I mean, tell me, we paying this cat over, close to dang near $45,000 a year. He ain't producing to make it. Well, then the phone calls start getting a little shorter, David. I wasn't hearing from him much. Then finally,
I've been through it.
Finally I got a call from my boss, and he's a great guy. Tony Anthony Ricciossi is a personal friend of mine. And he, he was my direct supervisor. He called me from New York, but he had a job to do. I guess it was easier for me to understand because I had a company. I had 2 companies before. He said, Fitzgerald, I hate to say this, man, but I gotta let you go. Well, don't wait for me, man. I already had a team build up close to 3,000 people. So because I didn't put myself in a position, to wait till my well was dry. All while I was going through those personal issues, all while I was going through my through my health issues, I still had the fortitude to build something for myself. Man,
How long did it take you to build up your organization?
Well, real quick, I want to get. We have Linnell on. Also, Blockbuster Video, Hollywood Video, KB, Toy Stores. Nobody. Woolworths. I remember I was a little kid. My grandma used to take me to Woolworths in downtown Sacramento. That closed down. So, but Linnell, go ahead, brother.
Hello, how's everyone doing today?
Mr. Linnell, pleasure to see you. Thank you for coming on, sir.
How you doing?
Many people in your chat, thank you for having me on the show, the panel, Diana. Many people in your chat know me from the Black Brain Trust. My subject matter expertise on the Brain Trust is crypto and blockchain. I also have my own channel, but I do crypto and blockchain news insights. I also do.
Listen, I'm going to interject and interrupt you right here. I want to know the name of your channel where I can subscribe to that too.
It's Fool with Money.
Fool with Money. Yes, sir.
I do consultations regarding cryptocurrencies and blockchain for people that are not clear on what cryptos and blockchains are, because there's a lot of questions. Undoubtedly, I do agree that there is a learning curve. It can be up to a 6-month learning curve just to understand what cryptocurrencies are and blockchains are. And blockchain is it's 2 different technologies. But I heard Fitzgerald talking about cryptocurrency, so I decided to come on and speak about it also.
Well, Mr. Linnell, Carrot Bar does have the white paper for a gentleman like you to interpret and look at it. I think you'll like what you see.
I'll check it out.
Thank you, sir.
I know you were all talking about either. I know the title of the show was either waiting for reparations versus doing yourself, and it seems like the conversation is steering toward wealth generation, income, and I do feel, well, I don't even feel, I know per the information I've been reading that cryptocurrencies is a nascent asset class. I know a lot of people don't know about it. I know a lot of people have speculations on it, but per what I've been reading and researching, that major companies such as Goldman Sachs, such as Fidelity, JP Morgan Chase, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, E-Trade, and other large companies are and have been into cryptocurrency for a very long time, and it's not a scam industry, or it's not a industry for criminals. It's a new asset class that has, this is its 10th year of it being around. Its inception was January 3rd, 2009, and it's a new asset class that's a burgeoning asset class.
You know what, Mr. Linnell, here's what I'm smiling inside, almost getting ready to flip over this desk. So you want to know why? Because I'm like, Diane, I hope this man get in this business because I need his expertise. We could really use his expertise. Now, I hope he becomes a part of your organization. I really do, because you know what? I would want him on the show more than me. Because he has that information. Mr. Linnell, I want you to subscribe to a gentleman by the name of Ricardo Hamilton on YouTube. He is a genius with explaining how Carrot Bar's cryptocurrency works in reference to the blockchain. Another gentleman, and they came from the crypto. He came from the crypto sphere like yourself. This is a knowledgeable man who knows how to tie that together. I unfortunately don't possess that knowledge. And then there's another gentleman I want you to describe called Crypto Steve, but especially Ricardo, because you will understand a lot of lingo he used. I'm that type of man. No. I stay in my lane. I talk about my life experience, what this opportunity has been able to do with me. But I'm not a foolish man. I know that that I don't know everything, but I definitely know how to point you to the channels where you can get the information with affiliates who are much more skilled and level of expertise I am. Listen, there's probably not anybody on this stream in that audience or in your whole audience, Dynas, that is more analytical than me. I may talk all, go lucky and all that kind of stuff, man, but everything must make sense. It's logical. It has to make sequence. That often gets in my martial arts training, because I got to see the steps in my mind before I participate, but nevertheless, I done thought about it sideways, forward, backwards. While I'm sitting up here talking, I'm analyzing things. So it has to make logical sense to me. I have to see how I can win. But I know, but if I don't see that, then I'll go find someone who can see what I do before I make my decision. Sometimes I can process information pretty rapidly. Sometimes it takes a little time, but believe me, I don't go anything fool's gold. I don't go at that. Yeah, I don't go in because someone just happened to talk to me. That's exactly how Dynas is. Dynas, man, he didn't, because we're friends of 11 years. So what? That man has thought for his own. And I'll even say even more so. Not for the skeptics. I'm not even going to use that. I don't need to address this anymore. Dynas ain't going to put me in. He's not going to trust me to come on his audience. He's built a major van with search rural. It all over Africa, all over the world. I met a white gentleman down here in the team. He was a subscriber to Dynas team. Dynas actually thought he was a light skinned mulatto. I said, no, man, that's a white gentleman. Who happened to be a fan of your channel. He won't come on there and say anything, but he follows you. That's how I met him. He's down there in St. Petersburg with me. So I went and meet him and stuff like that. So this man has a great reach, but he has a brand that he vividly protects. This is what he's going to use for his sons, and hopefully he can pass that on to you. He's not going to bring me on because I happen to be his friend or one of his confidants. Oh, no. He had to vet me. Guys, it took me 3.5 years to get on this channel with him. And you know what? And he came to me. So he has a responsibility to each and every one of you. And every guest I seen and bring on there, I ain't never saw him brought someone in there who I deemed as foolish or unqualified. I'm a subscriber to the show. I listen to other shows besides this. So so just take that in consideration. Who's been giving this content to you? Who put me here? I will say I am a guest on his channel, not mine. So I got to adhere by his rules, not mine. But you also got to think this man's going to put me in front of his audience, and you think that's going to jeopardize it? You also think now on top of that, you also think he's going to get involved with this if it's going to jeopardize his credibility, his audience. I'll let Mr. Amir answer that himself. But from what I've been knowing about the man, for way before he was a Nigerian prince, way before he had the name Dynas Amir, when he was just a kid, walking around driving a Mustang, and he came in my shop. Way before he had the ambitions to do things like that, man. No. So I go back with this man, and things like that. I'm one of the reasons why this channel was started. I'm not patting myself on the back, but it's true. We got to talking one time. I said, Dynas, you gonna take a vacation? Just go somewhere. That was me that said that to him. But even with all that, you better believe he's his own man. And so I asked you this: why would Dynas Amir create a search for Uro? Almost 60,000 subscribers, 60.
I would be the number one.
Hold on for a second, my lady. Hold on for a second. And why would he do that without vetting me through his process? And being able to trust me, to speak to his people. Oh, inside of that, become a part of this for several years, almost 4 years that he's been himself. So I'm just a messenger, but figure out who's presenting this. Look who's presenting this to you. And that should at least show some respect for him. My humble opinion.
Wow. Whew.
That was a mic drop moment.
That sure was, because I'm sorry, y'all, but that's I don't think like I said, Abefe Adewale is prove to us already, has been proven to us that he's fighting a fight that we should be fighting a long time ago. But he decided to raise his hand and say, let me lead and you guys can follow me. So I am very proud of what he's doing. He has done great, amazing, great things. So I truly agree with you on that point. I don't really think that if it was some kind of thing that he was skeptical about, he would come and present it to the 60,000 people that he got. So apparently, if we're gonna fall, it's gonna be we and Dynas falling. He's setting a trap for us to fall, not if it's going to happen.
And real quick, not to cut you off, people were asking about the white paper. It's in the chat room. I mean, Fitzgerald, it's just, we have some lazy, I guess, researchers. I don't know what to call it. So, but go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah. And then that could be the problem too. Sometimes that could be the problem. Is the fact that sometimes how we black people are. Sometimes we refuse to read. We refuse to read. We refuse to research, and that's
Well,
what.
I
And
don't.
I truly believe that. Apparently, I'm assuming that you wouldn't bring him on the show like he said if it was some kind of because you. Oh my God, you have a whole lot of career ahead of you. You have a lot of great things that is about to happen to you. So I already know if it's a trap, it's going to be a trap for us, not a trap that you set us up to go fail. I truly don't believe that. So that's why I am encouraging the people. How many times have, especially the ladies, especially for the ladies on your channel right now, we spend money on our nails, we spend money on our hair, we spend so much money, even eating. In a week, we can spend almost $200 from eating junk, cancerous food. So it's not gonna cost you anything. How many times have you spent $400-500 and you don't gain nothing out of it? So just go ahead there one time.
Kelly, your camera's upside down. I'm sorry. Yeah, your camera's
Oh,
upside down.
Yeah, I was looking around trying to figure out.
Okay, and then also too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I want to eject this there, and
You
I
got
want
me
two
now?
people.
Yeah. And also too, the people in the chat room are like, "Oh man, I can't find any information on the CEO and people of Care Bars." It
Just
took me.
go ahead and Google Harold sites. So Harold sites and Carrot Bars, and it's all over there. So they give you plenty of things that so you'll find plenty of things. But I'm gonna say something, and then Mr. Lionel and Mr. David, I want you to get going on. I want you to come in on this. Just gonna say something. Once again, I don't profess to be a financial guru. I'm just in the game to make money, make paper, whatever it is, make it rain in my household. Set of a club, so whatever you want, whatever vernacular you want to do. Fitzgerald Stephens is about making money, period. That's I have fun after the money is made. I have your friendship after that because I understand that's the nucleus of the back things up. After I get done with this, Mr. Lionel, Mr. Dave, I want to just quit talking and hear what you guys want to say after I make a couple of points. Number one, the first rule of wealth, you have got to pay yourself first. Number one. Second rule of wealth, you have got to pay yourself in an appreciating asset. Third rule of wealth, you have got to leverage the efforts of others. Fourth rule of wealth, it must provide tax benefits, shelters to minimize your taxes, to not erode and eat your wealth. Mr. Lionel, Mr. David, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I was.
Real quick, and again, me and Fitzgerald addressed this earlier. People in the chat room, oh, we can't find out. It's a secret who the CEO is. Literally, it's carebars.com and all the information is there. We can't find the white paper. It took me 25 seconds to find the white paper. In fact, it took me 10 seconds between Google and posting it twice in the chat room to find the white paper. So I'm just asking, guys, just don't troll. Please don't troll. But go ahead.
I went to when you put it in the chat room. Right after you put it in there, I went and clicked on the link, pulled it up on my phone, and found it. Didn't even take me 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like stop trolling. There's no white paper. Oh, Dynasty CEO. We don't know who the CEO is. We don't know who's the CEO. Like, did you go to carebars.com? No. Okay, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Let me stop.
Well, this is my first time learning and hearing about the coin. Oh, a token. I don't think that it's pertaining to this subject, cryptocurrencies. I don't think that Black people are lazy pertaining about it. It's just that it's extremely new, and knowing how to vet a coin, vet a crypto, and know which ones to vet, knowing how to read a white paper, knowing what to look for. I think those are things that a lot of Black people need to be taught. A lot of people in this world, period, need to be taught. I see that this is a ERC20 token. I mean, it is on the Ethereum's blockchain. That's one piece of demystifying information that I can give you right now. I'm scrolling through the white paper right now. Yeah, you all know more about it than me. This is literally my first time hearing about it, like everyone else. So me personally, I have a vetting process when I vet what I'm investing in. People that look at either my channel or the Black Brain Trust when I do cryptos on Thursdays, they know my what I I'm not going to say advise, but what I always say, if you want to invest in crypto, what to, to stick to. So I'll just say that as of right now.
Okay.
Mr. Lionel, I appreciate that. Mr. I'm sorry, Dynas, I apologize to you. I'm not the host. I'm just, I just want to get these because this man Lionel, I recognize talent recognizes talent. Okay, and so I recognize, I'm gonna take firmly advantage of that man's mind and his know-how on this subject. Firmly going to take it. And now I want to say something to Dave. As far as like that, when I in particular that hey man, if you agree, great. If you don't agree, great. Bye, son. Take care. That's my little nephew, guys. If you don't agree with it, great. But I'm not putting words in your mouth. I said the first rule of wealth. Number one, you must pay yourself first. Number two, you have to pay yourself in appreciating assets, something that outpaces inflation. And gold has typically done that. Gold has typically done that for the last 5,000 years. So sure, it goes up, and in relation to fiat currency, that's what I'm talking about. Number three, you must duplicate yourself by incorporating the efforts of others. And number four, it must help you minimize tax benefits, thus preserving your wealth on the other end, and have a write-off so you can keep more of your wealth. And sir, that's what I want you to elaborate. Maybe you can break it down a little bit more so than what I'm doing, because I'm trying to reach everyone, and so that's what I, what is your opinion on what I said?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, for my number one thing that I know is about people when they say I'm going to invest or invest in anything, it's a mind. You have to fall into that mindset, because it's easy to say you're going to invest in something, but actively doing it is two different things. It's easy to say that you're going to invest in stocks, but actually opening up a full brokerage account and doing it is something else, because it can be deterring. You don't know what you're doing, but it's important to have people there that, let's be honest, sometimes people need their hand held, which is fine, because this is a new industry. This is investing in anything is new. They need to know and understand what they want to invest in. A lot of Black people are risk adverse, so they are trying to lose as little amount of money as they have that they can, but gain as much amount of money as they can, and that's perfectly fine. But you need to understand what you're getting into, and you need to have those persons that you trust that are in the industry that you're trying to get into, or in the investment area or industry that you're trying to invest in, that can help you and guide you and teach you along the way.
Thank you, sir. Mr. David, you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I know a little something about multi-level marketing, so I understand the power of it. And to be multi-level marketing with this new form of currency, I think is great, because I wanted to get into Bitcoin, but by the time I was ready to pull the trigger, it was already expensive.
That's right.
Yeah, and right now, one of the reasons why I go to Dinah's channel, or I go to the African Superstar channel, is because they are making those moves to Africa. And I'm older than both of them, so I want to. Yeah. So I want to go, but my time is different from Dinah's. I mean, everybody can leave this earth today, but I know at my age and with my illness, I don't have the kind of time to waste that other people think that they have. So this type of an opportunity, I was looking for something. I license music. That's what I do. But it's an up and down industry. I don't have that. If I don't write songs, then I can't license those songs. So I need something that can duplicate myself in order to move to Africa. Because I don't want to move to Africa and be struggling like I struggle here. Right. I mean, what's the point?
Right.
So I get it, so, and I'm going to call you after the show so we can.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead. I'll be happy that, and that not only goes for you or anyone else. For those of you, I get a lot of phone calls but I promise I'll get back to each and every one of it. Just let it go to voicemail, or shoot me an email. I answer all of them. If I'm not getting to you, I'm just simply talking to someone. I'm sleeping, which is probably about like four hours a day, or I'm out there getting stress off my body by riding my bike or doing my martial arts. But overall to that, I will get back to each and every one of you, I promise. And it won't be one of those rushing, hurry up, I gotta go because I got another call on. Calls come in, I'll just simply send them a text, say, can't talk to you later. But I will take the time necessary, provided you need. Now I did say this, and maybe I was a little bit, I don't want to say stern. That's just part of my personality. I just tapered it down a little bit now. But if you're calling about what about this and Fitzgerald, how does this go and things like that, you got legitimate concern. I'm gonna answer your call. And I'm gonna spend time to talk to you. To the best of my ability. You calling me over there, man? What you making? How you think this leading to people? Man, don't even waste my time. I'm gonna hang up on you fast, and not even apologize for it because you wasted my time. There are simply too many people want to get my help. And you know what? If you don't want it, don't ruin it for someone else. That's you. Okay, cool. You cool, dog. All right, cool. Do your thing. But you know what? But there are other people out there. This has changed your life. There are other people like, God, send me something. Send me something, and maybe this is it. If I look around, okay, Fitzgerald, now show me how to go. That person I work with.
Say one more thing. You all are speaking about what you all know. I know a couple of people has talked about Bitcoin. The gentleman talked about Bitcoin. He said that by the time he wanted to pull the trigger, it was high. Right now, Bitcoin is floating around $9,500. It's not too late. Don't think that because it's in the $9,000 or $10,000 range, it's not too late. I'm not saying that you have to purchase an entire single Bitcoin. You can dollar cost average into it. You can actually buy fractions of a Bitcoin. Not too many people know that you can purchase Bitcoin through Cash App. The reason being is because the man that owns Cash App, which is Jack Dorsey, he also owns Twitter, and he is pro Bitcoin. He's a pro Bitcoin maximalist. My job is to help people that are afraid, timid, and that want to invest. That's my job. My job is to help you understand. I'll even show you articles that I've read that I do save all the articles on my Evernote. Show you that Goldman Sachs is into a cryptocurrency. They purchased a cryptocurrency exchange. JP Morgan Chase is going into cryptocurrencies. They're reiterating their stablecoin. We even see Facebook with the Libra, the quote unquote Libra, which is a crypto. They're taking advantage of this industry and others. And my job is to show you and to continuously show people who may have continuous questions. They need continuous answers. They need questions on how to do this and how to do that to guide them through this minefield of cryptocurrency. And me personally, that's my job. That's my job to you. So don't think that it's too late to invest in Bitcoin, because next thing you know, it'll reach its previous all-time highs and go over that previous all-time high, which was $20,000. Don't think that you can't invest because it's too late. This industry is only 10 years old. If a person was to invest in a traditional stock market after 10 years, it came online, then they would have missed a lot of gains. They would have missed a lot of prosperity they could have handed down to their progeny.
Mr. Lionel, you also brought up something I failed to mention. Karatbars has created their own blockchain. It's called KaratBit, KaratBit.com. Now, when you become an affiliate, that is to you for free. That's where your KBC will be transferred to. But you can also transfer it in another Ether wallet, I have a couple Ether wallets, where I move the money around. Now, KaratBit on that exchange is, according to Forbes, in a recent article, Karatbars is, has one of the top up and coming, I believe in top 10 up and coming blockchains is created. And so that is Karat, KaratBit. You could trade Ethereum on that. You could trade a Bitcoin on that. You could trade, you could convert your KBC, KYC. And I think it's a couple other things. I know it's a couple other things on that, but we have that in place. We also have the world's first crypto phone that uses blockchain satellite technology. It's going to make your phone bill about $15 a month if you can handle that. but it's SIM card compatible. When I go to Africa, mine's going to be here in October. You better believe that's how I'm going to be operating over there, because sometimes I can only do business in Africa through WhatsApp or Google Hangouts and stuff like that. So it's going to make a lot easier to communicate with a team. And sometimes, like in certain places, Nigeria, your country, Mr. Amir, your country in Nigeria, man, sometimes it's tough for me to get my hold of my affiliates over there and communicate with them like I do in the United States. The same thing I could have happen when I'm trying to call Trinidad or somewhere else. I have affiliates in all those countries. So communication is the key to moving money. So just to put that up for you, Mr. Lydell, and right now I am asking that you send me your number. I want your number in my Rolodex, in my phone. So I'm asking for it. You can private send me an email and stuff like that, or call me where we can talk, and you deem me worthy enough to have it, man. I'm asking for it.
I'll reply back to Dinus and send my number. You can forward it to you. Yeah.
Could you give me your email one more time? Because you said it so fast.
Oh, I apologize for that. I apologize. I really have been working and slowing my speech down. I didn't realize I talk fast. No, I apologize for that. Fitzgerald Stephens, FITZGERALD Fitzgerald Stephens at gmail.com. Personal cell phone number 1-716-573-6296.
Thank you so much. I got everything right. Right. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and close out. Linnell, we'll start with you. Anything you want to share in closing?
No, thank you for having me on. Crypto and blockchain is my bread and butter. I like it. I do this literally every day, and thank you for talking. It's been good talking with everyone.
Thank you for coming on, Mr. Lydell. I appreciate that.
All right,
thank you,
Pirate Brain.
Hey, I want to thank you for having me on again, and I want to thank Mr. Fitzgerald for all of this information. And I am going to call you after the show. I'm very interested in this, and nice talking with everybody else that was on the show today.
Well, I want to say this before you go, Mr. David. I would go ahead and sign my account up, because you have a good team about it when you do talk to me. Listen, man. Cat's coming in this thing right now. I'm going to have plenty, and Dynas is getting notifications right now. You have someone new in your downline. I promise you that's happening right now. So money moves quick, man. There are a lot of people out there, that can recognize something they look for, and they jump in it. If not for I'll just go in and sit when I'm ready to get working. At least I'll have my position. And that's what life is about, good people. Positioning yourself to win, positioning yourself to profit. She's a grown dang woman. She's still my little second cousin down in Montgomery, Alabama. She called me and she said, "Hey, Fitzgerald, there's this thing called Bitcoin. You ought to get into it." I ignorantly said, nah. I'm like that. 54 years old, debit cards, credit cards, David. But I was ignorant in the fact that I didn't even take time to know what I didn't know. That cost me a lot of money. She did very well. So she threw it up in my face when I was supposed to buy carrot bars. She said, "I tried to tell you about Bitcoin and everything." So just be open to hear. Just be open to hear. What ask yourself, what this man is saying, what if he's right? What if he's right? He already told me, I don't got to put no money up. I go into free. What if he's right? What if you could make an extra €1,000 a week? Just part-time doing this. What would it mean to your household? What if he's right? What if you could replace your full-time income with this, working from home? What if he's right? What if you have a vehicle that enables you to operate in 140 countries while you're sitting in Ghana, all you're doing is, going to your back office and looking at stuff is loaded up there, that you could actually work this business from Ghana all over the world from home? What if he's right? What if the things he's right? Wouldn't it be at least worth taking a chance on yourself? I did, and because what I did, it was like the best financial decision of my life. Mr. David, Mr. Amir, Back in 2018, when they first came up with this gold-backed cryptocurrency, because the owner knew that that this was where stuff was going. Sure, his primary focus was staying on the gold, so he decided gold back his unique concept. Meaning, I was already in the gold sphere. I said, oh, if it's backed by gold, that's a tangible hard asset that has a floor. Because if it's paid to the price of gold, far as with that, my first crypto buy was somewhere in the neighborhood of 200,000 KBC coins. KBC is not offered through the Carrot Bar opportunity right now, but the KCB is. That was the largest, most successful IPO. One of the largest, most successful IPO was. You don't hear from it because Carrot Bars doesn't do that. We advertise through us. When I bought that, but since me buying that and now recently getting into KYCs, I bought that for less than half a penny. I got pretty good holdings. I'm setting that set up, but I don't worry about my future. That secured me in less than 2 years. Now I just simply sit around in there and expand my global team because I don't want to touch that until it appreciates. I'm waiting for it to appreciate, and then I'll pull some of my gains out, put them in other things. But I just took a chance, man, because you know what, Mr. David, at 49 years old, but when I started getting at cryptocurrency, I was like 52. Man, I didn't have many go-arounds left. How many opportunities I'm going to let pass me by before I decide, take a chance on myself. So I just couldn't afford to play that merry-go-round anymore. So it turned out to be one of the best decisions for my life, for me. Maybe not for you or someone else, but for me. And so I don't get up worrying about, what about my retirement? What about my 401k? I got to start over. No, I'm cool.
All right, cool. Catley, anything you want to share in closing, sweetheart?
Well, thank you so much for bringing him in. You're doing an amazing job. Just keep on fighting. I am going to be one of your candidates. I don't know if I have to go through. If I'm gonna call you tonight. I work at night, so if I have to talk to you, or if you have to call me, anytime at night is good because I work at night, and I have definitely gonna be reaching out to you guys, either you or Dennis, and my brother, Mr. David. I don't know if I'm gonna go to Ghana or Nigeria. I don't know.
You come to Nigeria. You come to Nigeria.
You want, and you know what? Let me tell you, spirit communicate. Let me tell you how spirit communicate. Because I was like, you know what? If I get up and go to to Africa, I don't know nobody. And my brain said, you know what? You're gonna know Dennis, and Dennis is gonna introduce you to other people. You better go to Nigeria. So I said, okay, well, I guess my mind already made up. I'll be going to Nigeria. Yeah, that's what I want to do. To go to Nigeria and of course, have America as a second home away from home. Definitely, I am going to Africa. Yes.
I got my eyes
on coming on the show. I'm sorry.
I have my eyes on Cote d'Ivoire. That's where I have my eyes on. There's a town over there called Abidjan, I believe. Abidjan.
That's Cote d'Ivoire. Cote
d'Ivoire. Yeah, that's where I have my eyes on.
That's where my sister-in-law's from. Oh, and I got a lot of family from Haiti too.
Wow. But anyway, so I guess so it was a nice on the show. Dennis, don't stop. Keep on doing what you're doing, because then I'm just praying for your army to get stronger and bigger until we are free. We cannot stop the fight until we're free. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, sister. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you go to search for Huru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. My Carrot Bars referral link is in the chat room. It's also in the description. So once you enroll, you will get a personal phone call from me, and then we will also I will then direct you to Fitzgerald to answer any all the technical questions. So, guys, once again, thank you for joining. Until next time, Donnie Samir, search for Huru. Peace.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dinas, for having me on. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Okay.
All right.